Nancy Mace, let's see what we got here, dude. She's an Ozempic, fucking strung out on Ozempic. Caught on her own camera saying you to a constituent who asked if she's holding any town halls. Yikes. Of course she did. All right, here we go.
I do them every year.
Every year?
You want to keep going?
Do you
want to keep going and keep harassing me? You could have gone to a dozen town halls last year.
I asked if you're doing any more this year. It was one simple question.
Yeah.
Are you doing a town
I've already done one. I'll do plenty more.
Are you doing any more this year? It was a simple question.
You're always invited.
Okay, sweet. Well,
and by the way, I voted for gay marriage twice.
What does that have to do with
me?
me?
I'm just saying, it has everything to do with you.
Do you think everything about me has to do with gay marriage?
I do,
That's
absolutely.
your first stance when you speak with me?
Absolutely.
There's no other humane
if you want to get in my
conversation
face about town halls, you should have shown up to one last year.
Dude, what the fuck? Bro, like the fact that he asks about town halls and she's like, you're gay. I voted for gay marriage. Like, what kind of bullshit is that, dude? I mean, first off, she's hostile from the start, right? But like the whole, like, you're gay, making the assumption that he's gay and then making it be like this whole thing is about I fucking supported you. Like, what a fucking idiot.
Talk about me just saying, oh, I support gay marriage.
Yeah,
that's
because you're getting in my face about a town hall. You could have gone last year.
Question from right
Would you like me?
If you have any plans to have more town halls this year?
I have town halls every year. I have over a dozen every year.
Great. That was my entire question. You didn't have to go into this spiel at all.
You could have come to any of them last year.
Okay. And
I had over a dozen.
Year, not 2024.
Where were you the year before that?
Okay.
Or the year before that?
It was a simple question.
Oh, because you know what? Because you people on the left are crazy.
So
you're absolutely fucking crazy.
I'm absolutely fucking crazy.
You are. And get out of my face.
You're insane.
Goodbye.
You're insane.
Fuck you.
You're gonna fuck me. You're gonna be voted out so fast this year.
I'm not. I won by so much.
You're a disgrace to this state. That's what you are.
Dude, wow. See, this is crazy because, you know, here's the deal, guys. What's sort of heartbreaking about this, and I think it's really important, the overall tone of this is Nancy Mace is like, you're a leftist. You're a leftist. Like, but this guy's her constituent. And so, like, if you're a Democrat and you win in a district and there's 35% of your district are MAGA Republicans, you still represent those MAGA Republicans. And if you win that district and those MAGA Republicans come and they're mad at you and they're upset and they fucking chew you out or whatever, they're still your fucking constituents. Okay? You may be anti-MAGA, you may be anti-Trump, that may be every fiber of your being, but the people in your fucking district, if they didn't vote for you, you still serve them. Their needs, their well-being, their livelihood is still something that you are there to protect and to care for. And that's a really important thing, okay? You don't just represent the people who vote for you. The people who vote for you may be the ones getting you in office, but you represent everybody there. And first she fucking calls him out as like, you're gay. And like, I voted for gay marriage. Why you mad at me or whatever? Some weird defensiveness, but her to say you people on the left, you people are fucking crazy. Fuck you. Like, but dude, this guy's her constituent. Like, she very clearly does not represent anyone in her district that is not the MAGA Republicans. That's fucking wild. Now, we know this, okay? We fucking know this. This is the attitude that they have absolutely run with for a while. I mean, Donald Trump does it. He's very clear. But dude, I know, man, she used to be like pro-LGBTQ, and she used to, you know, like talked about like a woman's right to choose. She was very normal. Like, I mean, I liked her. I felt like she was one of those people that was going to help moderate the extremism in the Republican Party and, you know, maybe have some effect on them not sinking into the deep pit of Trumpist fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Question, and you just to go on this tirade and tell me fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Disgusting.
Get out of my face.
Fuck you.
Get out of my face. Try it again. What's your name?
Nasty bitch.
What's your name?
You're an nasty bitch. That's
What's
my
your name?
You say fuck me?
Yep, I
That's
sure
the
did.
first thing you're gonna say to me is fuck me for
Absolutely.
asking you a question?
Get the fuck out of my face.
Fuck you.
Now.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Oh,
You couldn't take me on, baby.
Okay.
Stay the fuck away from me.
Dude, you couldn't take me on, baby. Like, wow. Dude, crazy. I know, dude. But she posted that. Some unhinged lunatic, a man wearing Daisy Dukes, got in her face. Dude, he was hardly in her face. He was fucking 8 feet from her. This is like wild. This is wild. She thinks this is good. I mean, when you wonder why we're not going to meet these people halfway, you know what I'm saying? You can't meet somebody halfway. That is this fucking toxic. Now let's look at where Nancy Mace was, shall we? Let's look at Nancy Mace back in fucking 2022. This is 4 years ago. Watch this.
In South Carolina, Nancy Mace has delivered a win for Republicans, flipping the 1st congressional district red. Mace celebrated her victory outside a Waffle House in Landon, South Carolina, Wednesday.
I'm deeply humbled that the voters of South Carolina's 1st congressional.
Look at that. She's wearing a mask, guys. I'm deeply humbled. Look at the difference, guys. Just watch the difference here, right? She's got a mask on. She's respectful. You know for a fact, if COVID happened tomorrow again, she would not be wearing a mask, right? Not a chance.
Wednesday.
When I was 17 and in high school, I dropped out of high school at the age of 17. And my very first job at that time in my life was as a waitress at that very same Waffle House in a small town in South Carolina. A year later, I'd get my high school diploma and would go on to become the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the military college of South Carolina. And my life is really the definition of the American dream. It's a life of second chances. And if you have a dream, you set a goal, and you work hard, you can achieve anything here in the United States of America. I'm living proof of that.
A life of second chances, which is like, that's actually a really good thing. That's a really honorable thing. But a life of second chances, from that to today, you Democrats are all fucking crazy. You don't fucking talk to me, you fucking piece of shit. That's where she went. She was like pretty sensible here.
I'm pro-life, but I also understand that we cannot be assholes to women. No woman wants to go to the doctor and make the decision that she's going to have an abortion. Nobody wants that.
When you say these things in private to people in your party who are genuinely philosophically opposed to abortion, how does it land?
On deaf ears. I mean, there was an amendment this week that somebody tried to put in an appropriations bill that stripped out all exceptions: rape, incest, and life of the mother. What the hell are you thinking? Like, why? That is not where the majority of people are.
Without changing, are Republicans doomed in moderate districts like yours?
I think they're walking the plank.
Dude, see that though? She was normal. She was actually normal for a long time. But now she is just outrageous. She just went so downhill. Dude, when you look at her now, I feel bad. Like, I don't know what's gone on with her, but if you look at her on the same day, she's talking about heaven. She's posting that video of her telling people to f off, her own constituents. She posts this the day before Easter, bro. And people are like celebrating this shit. But if we look at her, if we scroll back, she just looks gnarly now. Like when you see her, you saw those pictures.
I headed down to the Heritage to see a lot of golf today. Talk to you soon. I look forward to seeing you on the course.
I think she's been hitting the Ozempic like pretty fucking hard, bro. She looks gnarled, dude. But yeah, man, she just doesn't look well. She is riding the hate.
On our way to the Iowa Faith and Freedom Coalition, the speech I'm going to give tonight is called The Woman at the Well. I love Iowa. It's a beautiful state. The beef is terrific. We've been eating nothing but red meat here. So I look forward to seeing y'all tonight.
We've been eating nothing but red meat here. Like, what is that? What is that dog whistle? Right? Oh, we've been doing nothing but jerking off cows. Oh, Trumpy, we're eating all red meat and fucking beating up trans people. Oh, Trumpy, yes. She's like, hi, I'm Nancy Mace. I just snorted 4 pounds of Ozempic and ate an entire cow raw. Ripped it apart with my hands. Jesus loves ya. But if you're trans, oh, she's gonna kill ya. It's like, what the bro? Dude, Jesus Christ. She's lost the plot. But that's her shit. Half of her shit is about Jesus, and the other is about she just hates trans people. She is so whacked out now. But again, she doesn't represent all her constituents. That's really the number one thing that I think is really important, is that you realize she doesn't represent everybody in her district anymore. She only represents the MAGA people.
So you're speaking out against what the president did, but you're also asking President-elect Biden to step in and stop the impeachment efforts against President Trump. Why is that, Congresswoman?
On January 20th is when Joe Biden will be sworn in as president. And I do believe that this is going to distract from us trying to rebuild our country. We need a fresh start. We need a peaceful start. And as you mentioned earlier on the program, there are threats of violence. It sounds like January 17th is a potential day, but also I really worry about the inauguration as well. And if a rushed partisan impeachment effort over the next few days causes more division, it's like throwing gasoline on the fire. And I don't think anybody wants 100 more days of Trump. We don't want it to be continued. I think we all want this to be over. We want the era of Trump to be over, and we want to move on.
See, think about that. Rebuilding our country. Yes, because Trump was terrible for the country. Rise in hate crime, rise in regular crime, rise in violence against women. Okay, there was all kinds of like racial resentment, the Charlottesville, the protest killings. You know what I'm saying? He was like terrible. He didn't handle the athletes that were trying to, speak up peacefully about police violence. He inflamed racial shit. He antagonized after the George Floyd. He mishandled COVID, the violence at J6. Everything about him was toxic and aggressive and just degenerate and terrible. He was so bad for the country. But now she is like his biggest fucking cheerleader. That's not normal. How do you go from this? Like, she's reasonable here. She's being honest about what's really was going on. She was being so reasonable and like normal. But now she is like craven.
I think it's really important that we acknowledge the problem, that we take responsibility for the problem, and we find solutions. And I'm willing to work across the aisle. I want to have a fresh start on January 20th. I will work with the Biden administration and ways to do that. I think people are tired of the partisanship. This is a time to work together. I really and truly believe that.
Okay, so speaking of, a lot of Republicans are calling for unity. But who exactly are Democrats supposed to unify with? The terrorists who stormed the Capitol, the Republicans who stoked the election fraud lie? So where does a unity come in, Congresswoman?
Well, I think it comes in with the people who are willing to work together, to find places to work together. It's Republicans that are saying this is wrong, and there are a number of us, and so we have denounced this. We need to do more, and I've taken it upon myself to even take it up with members of my own party. I didn't know what QAnon really was before last Wednesday, and I've spent a lot of time over the last week educating myself, and it is insane. And when I look at what we did in the chamber, after the violence, after the anarchy on Wednesday night, that we allowed QAnon conspiracy theorists to lead us on this charade to try to object and overturn the results of the Electoral College, I'm baffled, I'm disappointed, I'm sad, and I'm angry over it. And I'm doing as much as I can to hold myself, my colleagues, my party accountable. It's really important that we acknowledge what's happened here, and that we don't deny that fact, and we try to work together to move forward.
Listen, you don't need my advice because you're a grown woman, but I will tell you, and obviously you're in you don't need my advice, but don't change. Continue to go on every single network and continue to be the voice of reason that you are.
Dude, look at that. That's crazy. Like, how she has fallen, dude. Isn't that fucking nuts? She went from that to the woman who told the guy to fuck off, right? Like, bro, that is some crazy shit. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.